Even great sportsmen often have one weakness. In fact, many of us have loads of weaknesses. But what if we could change those weaknesses, those fundamental things that often we reckon we can't change? Maybe it's just inconsistency. We'd like to be more consistent. Well, what Zing does, it uses the latest science about the area of the brain that's responsible for developing skills. So how does it do that? Well, we'll call an athlete Fred. And Fred, he doesn't catch a ball very consistently. Let's look at what's happening in Fred's brain, or rather, what should be happening in Fred's brain. The motor cortex sends a message to the relevant muscles to move in such a way as to catch the ball. Simultaneously, the cortex sends a copy of that message to the hindbrain. Now, the job of the hindbrain is to say what typically happens when you try and catch a ball. To help the hindbrain with this process, it keeps a store in the pons area of all the things that go wrong when you use a skill. And it uses this information to adjust or to tweak the instruction before it reaches the muscles. Now, this happens so fast that by the time the muscles get the instruction, it's already been adjusted and the chances of catching the ball have been increased. So what happens next? Well, the result of that action, in other words, did he actually catch the ball, is fed back to the hindbrain, and that information is added to the file for future reference. So all the time, that skill is becoming more and more refined, as more experience is being added to the file so that it can be drawn upon in the future. So why is Fred inconsistent when he tries to catch a ball? Well, Fred's brain is actually doing most of the right things. He is in fact collecting all of the data, the experience that's filed away. His hindbrain is also being sent the copy of the message to the muscle, but the final piece of the brain's wiring to carry out the adjusting or the tweaking of the instructions to the muscle is missing. So despite having lots of experience to draw on, his brain isn't able to use it. The instructions to the muscles aren't getting adjusted. So poor old Fred will keep on making the same mistakes, and his weakness continues to be his weakness. Well, can Zing solve that? First, it identifies which links are missing. Then it creates a personalised program to suit Fred's hindbrain, and he'll do them for only 10 minutes a day for 6 months, and that's normally more than enough. When he's done, Fred will find he is using now all that experience he's got, and he catches balls better than ever. So if you'd like to know where in your brain you've got more potential so that you get even better at your sport, more consistent at it, and maybe to an extent that you'd find quite remarkable, then why not do Insight? Because the purpose of Insight is to tell you where you are likely to make significant progress. It's free. Find yourself a PC or a Mac, preferably with a mouse. Look up Insight, Zing Insight, and click on the sport that you play regularly, because this could be the start of something very exciting for you. Good luck.